How'd it go? Did it go all right? Hopefully you did a good job, maybe even a better job than me. One of the first things let's talk about is what I used. So a utility knife, make sure you have a nice sharp blade, right? Keep your fingers away. But it is always nice when you're trying to score lines or cut all the way through afterwards. A steel rule is really nice for that. Then, what did you use to cut out your hole? The packet recommends a coping saw. I don't have one handy, so that's why I used a saw that I would use for some drywall work or some HVAC work. It worked out well. Maybe not the cleanest cut in the world. So a coping saw could be really good. And then you saw that I cleaned stuff up a little bit with a chisel. Again, be careful of your fingers and all that good safety stuff. No matter what kind of tool you use for cutting out your hole, make sure you're cutting on the smaller side because we want as tight of a fit as possible, not only for looks, but to help that vibration, right? If you know anything about regular acoustic guitar building, there's a theory that everything should be touching one another somehow. When you've gaps, you're losing vibration, but if things are touching one another, if this is vibrating, this will vibrate then. But if you have a gap, right, now you don't have that continuous vibration. Point being then, you can come back with a little 100 grit, 150, 220, clean that up. So, how'd we do? Let's hope we did okay. All right, fits down in here. The slot closest to me here is a little sloppy, so hopefully you do better than I did on that one. As we look at it up and down, remember we want it centered, so I'll pick this inside lining here, and I got about 2 1/4 right there. So that's good. Now, shutting this. How well does it fit? Now, if it doesn't shut all the way, maybe try this with your box closed and actually sliding the neck through. Maybe that's the more traditional cigar box way of doing things. So my fit up and down looks pretty snug to the point where closing the box wasn't hard, but it wasn't super easy.